angels, and I'm gonna let Dayna get into this a little bit more. Just really briefly, I want to say maybe like almost 4 years ago, we were part of a group called Indigo 11, and I had went live talking about angels and the different forms of angels, and being mindful of communication with the angels, because right away everybody just gets so excited and connecting with angels that they don't necessarily realize that there's thousands of different types of, thousands of angels, and there's even different types of angels. And even though they are different types of angels, it does not make them any less angelic. And so they do have access to the angelic realm. And or if they're not necessarily accessing the angelic realm, they still have the angelic language to speak and communicate with us. And so that's something that we're definitely going to be getting into as well. But I want Dayna to share her experiences, because she's always sharing stories, especially like from when she was a child. And that's where we're going to bring it back. We're going to go back to when we was children. So I'm going to let you take it from there.
Well, like you said, I just honestly, my whole like mission here has been different. I'm only just now starting to truly understand, and I honestly not even exactly sure that I have a specific mission, right? We all come here with this idea that we're here to do something important, but I actually feel like some people didn't come here to do anything important. Some people just wanted to have a different experience, right? Like some people just wanted to, check it out. Like, oh, I want to have a different experience. Let me see what this world's like. I'm going to incarnate over here and see what that's like to be human. Some people got trapped here. Some people it's different. Everybody's different. But when it comes down to it with me, I remember I've always been and I hate saying this, but like a special child. Okay, we're all special. But even my conception was special in the sense that my mom had tied her tubes. She wasn't having any more children. Okay, she tied her tubes after she had my brother. 4 years later, she got pregnant with me. So obviously, I was determined to be here. Okay, tied tubes did not stop my incarnation, right? So I've been called a miracle baby in my family and things like that. But my mom has even had weird instances with me even as a baby. I know after I was born, she had a dream, and my father's mother, who had passed away, was holding me. She sat at the end of the bed, and I don't want to give too much because it's not my story to tell. But basically, she was implying that I had a connection to the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? I crawled super early. I was it always seemed like I was talking to someone or something. And even when I was little, I remember my mom would catch me talking to the angels. I know now that I was talking to angels, but I was like, oh, it's just my imaginary friend, because I didn't want her to think I was being too odd. My mom's Christian and she believes in angels, but not in the sense of a spirit, more of a religious sense than a spiritual sense. And there's a difference, right? So, I was like, oh, I'm just talking to my imaginary friends, but I've always had the connection with angels. I always knew that they were there for me. I always felt that I have the ability to feel their presence. When I was younger, I could see them. I don't necessarily see them now. I'm not gonna say I lost the gift. I just didn't. I stopped tapping into the gift at one point. And when I reconnected, it didn't fully come back on. I mean, it could, but they've even told me it's not a big deal. We're here. You could feel us. You don't need to see us. You don't need to see us in the visual sense. We're here. You feel it. We're here, right? And so I remember even from younger, I used to when I used to pray, it wasn't necessarily Jesus. I would always ask for angels, and they would come and comfort me, all sorts of things. I have a lot of amazing, beautiful experiences as a child with angels. So when I came to this spiritual evolution that I went through when I was about the age of 25 and 38 now, so it was 15 plus years ago. And I started reconnecting with angels. And one of the first beings that my ancestors sent me to was Archangel Michael. It made a lot of sense to me. It was very familiar, so it was easy, especially stepping back into it, needing guidance, needing protection, needing love. The angelic realm is filled with that. Angels are one of my favorites to work with as far as angelic beings and masters and spirit guides, because they literally do not judge. They have no judgment in them. You could be a serial killer, and if you call on them, they're going to come, because that is their duty. It's their duty to help you. And even at your lowest, even at your worst. And the thing is, they don't only help you, but they love you. Okay, they're gonna love you and love on you and be that helpfulness that you need. So that's why I love working with angels. That's why I feel like I definitely understand why they have such a strong presence for me as guides here, because I'm an Aries and a Taurus and a Gemini as my 3 first signs. I'm emotional, okay? So I need that kind of patience and love. So it makes sense that a lot of my guides are actually angels, and why I work so well with them, because their energy just gives me what I need. So I work with a lot of angels in that aspect, and that connection has been very deep, even from like childhood. So that's a little bit about that.
I want to share something that you mentioned, because the day that we spoke about coming live here, I was like, oh my God, I have been getting the messages from the angels that they wanted to be talked about. And then here you come and you're like, yeah, I'm doing a live talking on your black fairy tales and talking about your experiences with angels. And I was like, oh my God, just total confirmation. Like, they've been definitely like giving me the message. I haven't done it, but do you want to go together?